Greetings, friends and esteemed adventurers. Welcome back to part 3 of Ghoul Warper. In the last episode, and I guess I'll include the first episode as well, we dealt with a couple difficult, out-of-depth mobs, some scary situations, but we have made it to the temple, and I've thought long and hard about what god I want to go with, and I still can't decide. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let RNG decide for us. I've selected 3 that I would like to choose between. That is Okawaru, Makleb, and actually I was thinking about this, but Ashen Zari I think would be really good for this kind of character as well. The skill boost would do really well with unarmed. The scrying is really nice because it can give us an idea of what we're up against, like number of enemies, etc. I kind of hate the curse minigame, but such is life. And then the skill transfer later on could be useful for any number of things. If we find a book or if we find a weapon, things like that. So I'm going to include that. So I'm going to call Okawaru 1, Makleb 2, and Ashen 3. So let's do, what is it? Exclamation point RNG 1, 2, 3. Is that it? Okay, we are going Okawaru. And that's fine. Okawaru is probably the strongest choice for us. Oops. Alright, and if I recall, there was some nonsense on D7. I probably should have watched my footage, but I didn't, because that's my life. So we'll back up a square. We'll actually just back up a couple of squares. It is faster than us, so we won't be able to back up very far, but I don't know what else is down there, so. Immune to poison, ant is no problem. We've got a necrophage, and then what kind of weapon? Trident of venom. Okay, so that's no big deal. Alright, just an orc. I suspect he'll have some friends, so we'll pull them back. So I did watch a previous loss, and I don't think I posted this playthrough because I was super salty about it. Yeah, this is the thing that I didn't want to deal with. Yeah, Minotaur Fighter of TSO, he's gonna destroy us, so I'm not gonna deal with that. We'll go back up. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's take him to the escape hatch, and we'll let him wander a little bit. 500 turns. Anyway, I watched some previous footage that I'd taken of a Spriggan Enchanter of Makleb, and it ended up dying in depths 1 or 2 to a single acid blob. An acid blob took me down from full to dead. So, a big part of me just wants to leave, but let's eat a couple chunks, and we should be okay. Okay, now we're good. I can't deal with that hippogriff, I don't think. Yeah, it can do up to 30 damage to us at this point. That's 3-hit territory, and it's going to be difficult for us to kill it. So is the scorpion. The scorpion is not fast, so we can kite this pretty well without fear of quote-unquote retribution. I don't love this. I should have thought this through. That ghost could be right around the corner. Yeah, there he is. So we're going to have to take this ghost somewhere else. We can't pull him upstairs because ghosts don't let you do that. But I want to use a different downstairs because I don't want to deal with that hippogriff. So anyway, acid blob just demolished me from full to dead by 1 blob. So I have a note that says if I find acid blobs, they can be very dangerous if you don't have our core. What the heck? Are you serious? Okay, I mean, the poison is nothing. It has very low health. I don't love any of our solutions here. We haven't found much in the way of scrolls yet, so let's actually just go back up. We'll read these scrolls. There's our teleport. There's our remove curse. So that was good. We'll go ahead and wear. Is something here? Yes. Keep disrobing. Yeah. Weird. Okay, +6. Oh my goodness. +6 RLX, strength +4, and dex +3. That's a great find. Okay, so we'll go ahead and drop the other scale mail, the chain mail. We're at 1410. I don't think this plate armor is going to be any better, but we'll check it. No, not even close. So we'll go ahead and drop the plate armor. Check our rings. Ring of Wizardry I don't care about. Our core. Protection from fire. And dexterity. Okay. So we'll go ahead and drop the Ring of Wizardry. If we decide we want to cast spells later, we may come back for that. Actually, you know what? Let me see what this does. Because if that lets us cast Blink in our current setup, then that's absolutely worth wearing. It almost does. So let's actually turn on some translocations and see if we can't get Blink a little more castable. That would be really nice to have as an escape. Okay, so I feel a little bit beefier now. Whoa, my goodness. I don't love any of these stairs. Okay, we're going back up. I don't want to deal with the Hornet. Once we get heroism going, the Hornet may be a little bit safer. Well, it will be. We hopefully will have a level at that point as well. And this goes back down to our Hippogriff friend, so let's wait. Okay. Shoot. And he's right there. Okay, we really need some help here. I'm quite tempted to just teleport. Now that said, we can't just die this turn, so we can take him up the stairs, which is what I'm gonna do. And because he's speed 10, everything in here is speed 10, I can walk away from all of this and potentially lose the Hippogriff. If I can get the Hippogriff, if I can park him up on this floor, I can deal with him later. That would be really good to know, or really good to do. So what I'm going to try to do is get myself, yeah, like something like this, where I can now blink, create some space, and now I can just come back around. Is he faster than me? That was weird. I guess that blink didn't quite work. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to do. I can park the Hippogriff. I don't want to blink because it could put me up here and not trap me, but makes me a little nervous. This is better. Worse. Okay, well. Shoot. Okay, here we go. I didn't realize those were statues, so we're fine. I really want to park the Hippogriff. So actually I think he still can't kill me. And now we'll blink here. He's just gonna catch me, isn't he? Nope. Okay. Oh my goodness, come on, random energy. And we can't regen while stair dancing, obviously. There we go. And we've parked him on D6. Our ghost friend is still around, but that's alright. We can kite the ghost. Now we can go back down because... Actually, wow. This staircase, right? Yeah, this staircase is now safe. Okay, So we had to do a little bit of shenanigans. Again, some early spawns. This could be sort of an omen of things to come. So hopefully that's not the case, but one never knows. I'm going to try to soften up our ogre friend with some... Actually, do javelins do more or less than tomahawks? Base damage 10. Base damage 6. Okay, so javelins are better. So we're going to throw some javelins, try to weaken him. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just take care of our ogre friend. Okay. And we've found a weapon shop. Don't really care about anything in there. A Book of Callings. So that's got Lightning Spire, which is really good, and with a Ring of Wizardry, wouldn't be impossible to cast. I kind of like that idea. Well, here, we'll take translocations to 4 just to give it a round number. And then I will save up some spell levels for Lightning Spire. I think that's worth getting. Okay, so the Hornet is back. We're just going to walk away. I don't want to deal with that. That sounds like a recipe for dying. Maybe if we have some flesh that we can eat for health. 2 Orc Priests, but we're on D8 and we have 70 health at this point, so not hugely worried about 2 Orc Priests. I'm a little bit worried about Maurice. He is frustrating, I guess is the word I want. So let's see, what do we have to do? I think my game just froze. Nope. Okay. Basically no potions. Very little in the way of scrolls. We could quaff Q, but there's a decent chance that that's curing. So let's... isn't he really fast? No. Okay, he has Blink and Sprint, but he's not base speed faster than us. So I'm going to throw some javelins. I'm going to try to hit him, but I don't think I will. There we go. And I'm going to try to just kill him. And we do have 14 AC. Yeah, there we go. We've reached level 9. And I am starting to pick up a few spells. So I'm going to go ahead and put a level into Int here. Our strength is high enough to match the encumbrance rating of any armor we find. But I just think Lightning Spire is going to be... Oh, shoot. Hey, we have Ice Blast now. Let's go ahead and hit him with Ice Blast. Okay, so that did some damage. Anyway, I think that point of Int is worth doing. Lightning Spire will help us tremendously in the mid-game. So, this could get really annoying, but I've also just realized that we've gained a pip of Piety with Okawaru, so we have Heroism. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And look at what this does. This is going to give us +5 to unarmed combat. It gives us +5 to other stuff too, but unarmed combat is what I care about. So we are doing way more damage now, and we're also attacking faster because when unarmed combat increases rank, it gets faster as well. So as you can see, we just absolutely demolished our Hornet friend. So I'm trying consciously not to tab. That's a really bad habit I have when I'm playing a relatively strong character, especially. We started pretty slow, but we're coming into our own at this point, so I need to really stop myself from tabbing through easy things. Sometimes I'll tab against imps just because I hate chasing them, but I'm going to do my best not to do that on this run. I don't mind auto-exploring. I realize that self-exploring is safer, but I just don't see it as too big a deal. So we've got a group of yaks. I have no interest in dealing with all of those at the same time in an open space, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to go down another stair, and we're going to deal with them in another way. We've got a jewelry boutique. Let's see. Flight, ice, magical power, dex, cold protection, another wizardry, which we could buy and cast things. See and Viz would be kind of nice. The ring Yavisk, RF plus, EV plus 3, strength plus 4, and stealth plus. That's fine. Not the greatest thing in the world, but fine. And the cursed necklace of bloodlust gives int minus 3, MR plus plus, slay plus 6. I don't know what that curse thing does, or what star curse does. Let's see. Oh, it curses itself when it's equipped. Okay. So it's cursed. However, this would be absolutely amazing on this character. That would give us evocable berserk. Slay plus 6. Yeah, we definitely want to put that on our shopping list. Oops. And we'll put the other ring on our shopping list as well. I don't anticipate buying it, but you never know when something like that might be useful. I'm going to go ahead and heroism here. We have that group of yaks, and since we, like I've mentioned a couple times, we don't regen when we have enemies nearby. And so that extra bit of offense I think is going to be useful against a group like that, where I know we're going to have to fight a few things. I'm going to try to do this without heroism, because I think at this point we've gained a level or two. Even if it were to hit us for maximum damage, it would take 3 turns to kill us. But we have 14 AC, and so I don't expect him to just be able to kill us in 3 or 4 turns. So we're going to try. Yep, and that was no problem. I also realized we found a wand of digging. I didn't realize that earlier. That's a really good find for us. We can dig kill holes. So if we need to, definitely we'll be using that. Okay, so we've got an orc warrior. What? Oh, and he just read a scroll of summoning. So I don't love this, but I guess it's probably not that big a deal. Yeah, I mean, the bullfrog is fast, but what I don't want to fight the summons and then have the orc in the back hitting us with his glaive. So I'm actually just going to bring this back. The summon won't follow us up the stairs, but they should despawn if I go back down. Yep, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, two-headed ogre. So, two-headed ogres obviously can hit extremely hard. 15 damage plus a giant spike club, and 20 plus a giant club. And so if all of that maxes out, it comes out to like 65 damage or something like that. Can't one-shot us, but can do quite a bit of damage. I think I am going to try to kill this, because I think with heroism, it should go fairly well. I might kick myself for saying all that. We do have castable blink at this point, which will get us out of a bind if we need it. Especially here, where a blink is going to take us just about anywhere else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and heroism. We're going to see if this works. This isn't working. Okay, so we do need to blink. I think he's going to catch us. Yeah, he is. This is really bad. And we'll cast another blink. We could die here. Okay, I can't make it to that other staircase. I don't have a place to pillar dance. What can we do here? Polymorph, random effects. None of my rings are going to help me. Haste. Do I have teleport other? I do. An okay chance to succeed, but not a great chance. That would certainly get us out of this situation. I could just read teleport, but that could teleport us into just 2 more ogres. I can't use this pillar to dance because that statue's there. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Really need to figure out a way to get some health. We could haste. We are already several steps away. I just don't want to travel into the unknown. So, okay, let's make a couple of steps. What I think the general plan is going to be is to get another blink. And hopefully I don't get quite so far away from the stairs. Now what that is going to look like, I don't know. So let me see. What would our line of sight be in this square? Okay, so if we were to stand there and cast Blink, we'd have about a 50-50 shot of going up or out here or even down here. So I don't like that. That's not a good spot. How about that? That's even worse. That would be the best spot. Let's do that. Okay, so here, this is not good. I can't think of a much better solution at this point, though. If he gets lucky, he could just kill us in this turn, especially if we miscast, but I don't know what else to do. Okay, this is not working. We need to scroll with blinking and go up the stairs. Shoot. I was hoping I didn't have to do that, but I didn't have a whole lot of choice. We miscasted our blink, and we either miscasted it or it landed right on top of us. The difference doesn't really make any difference which one actually happened. They both had the same effect of putting us into a dangerous situation. So what I should have done is started running earlier. That was my mistake. So that's what this game does. It punishes you for making mistakes like that. Wand of Paralysis. Now that could potentially help us against the two-headed ogre. They do have relatively low MR. Alright, so I'm going to turn on, summonings and air. Yeah, we'll turn on summonings because summonings has a better aptitude than air magic. And the failure formula it basically takes both into account equally. So we'll be able to get our summoning skill higher faster than we'll be able to get air. Okay, so I'm using hero fairly liberally. Now, like I said, that's a couple things. It's one, we're pretty early on, so it's worth doing to soften up fights. But the other thing is really because, when you run into a bunch of yaks, like we have a couple times, I actually think I'm going to take this needle, and then I'm going to take the blowgun. Yeah, that's worth doing. Anyway. Yeah, curare, or curare, I don't know how to say it. But anyway, using hero relatively liberally, it's early on, and we can't heal in combat, and so I don't want to run into I don't want to kill like 4 yaks and then have 2 left and I have no health. So hero makes that a lot easier. I'm gonna go ahead and wield the blowgun here, and I'm gonna switch over to our curare tip needles, and I'm gonna try to basically kill this thing before it gets to us. As you can see, we do have paralysis. That's a possibility. I don't love that possibility, but we'll see. I'm hoping we can hit it with some needles. Excellent. Okay, so he's slow and he's poisoned. Let's switch to the poison needles and try to stack up that poison. Looks even sicker. The poison needle hits, but I don't think it poisoned him more. Sick as possible. Okay, this is really good, because this means that we can now basically kite him, and because he's not resistant to poison, he should pretty well tick out and just die. We'll hit him with a couple along the way just to make it a little bit better. Okay, so at this point, we'll go ahead and unwield our blowgun. We'll hero, and we'll finish the job. Okay, so we found a bookshop, ice, cantrips, necromancy, necronomicon, debilitations, maledictions, changes, young poisoners, book of air. I don't really care about any of that. The manual of long blades definitely don't care about. What is this disquisition on the feathery blaze? Probably some combination of air magic and fire magic. Flame Tongue, Mephitic would be good. Deflect Missiles would be good, but hard to cast. Yeah, 800 gold is not worth Mephitic, I don't think. So we won't do that. D9 done. Let's move on to D10. We hear a roar of battle. That means there's a Bailey. In all likelihood, I'm not going to do with the Bailey. I've died several times in Baileys. No, obviously that's my fault. But the biggest draw to Baileys is the gear you get. A lot of times, wow, that's really annoying. A lot of times there are weapons and armor. And because we're not using weapons, we have Okawaru for armor, I don't think it's worth the risk. So. No, I just haven't drank any yet. Seriously. Okay. Sorry about that. That was my brother. So, we've got a Death Yak. Definitely don't love Death Yaks. However, has 77 HP. Our unarmed is almost 13. Can we tele-other it? I don't think so. No, we cannot. We do have Blink, so we can escape. I'm going to try to hero and just kill him, though. They don't hit nearly as hard as two-headed ogres. So again, I don't think the Bailey is worth going after. Some people really like him. I'm not one of them. Let's just take these orcs back up. There's nothing really dangerous in there, but there's no need to underestimate them. We've got an invisible sky beast too, so we'll go into the hallway and make it easier for us to hit it. And I know I said I wasn't going to tab. I apologize. Okay, so we found more sling bullets. We never did check our sling. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll wield the sling. Okay, so +0 hunting sling. We will keep that on us just because slings can be super useful for pulling things. Okay, so there isn't really a hallway. Let's just go ahead and hero. We can ignore the gecko, it's not going to do anything. Wonderful. Okay, so Okawaru is doing great for us. We will need to train some invocations here soon. I'd like to get Lightning Spire kind of online. So once we have Finesse available to us, we will need to start looking into invocations. But for now, I'm fine without it. Alright, so there's our Bailey. Again, don't really care to risk that. I don't think I'm going to find anything in there that's good enough. We do have some scrolls of Identify. I didn't realize we had a bunch of those, so we'll go ahead and identify Q. That is curing, as I suspected. Lig, which we can't use as a ghoul. So we'll go ahead and drop that. We found Invisibility. And we'll go ahead and identify a scroll, just because why not? Okay, and we have another jewelry shop. Ring of Protection, nope. Resist Corrosion, nope. Ring of Ice, don't care about. The Ring of Awatu, whatever. Star Slow, RLEC, RN plus, AC +2, Strength +3. That's fine for LLEC in a bind, but not amazing. The Ring, Illicots, Ice, Evocable Blink, which we already have castable, RN plus, Strength +4, Int -3. And that ring is kind of crap. And then also an Uncursed Amulet of Guardian Spirit. Actually, I think I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, because I'm not really saving up for anything else. And Guardian Spirit, as much as people don't love Guardian Spirit, I do. It literally just makes us take less damage. So we've got several killer bees here. Now normally for a lot of characters, killer bees are really bad. We're a ghoul, so I'm not going to worry about it. I will paralyze the one just to decrease the incoming damage slightly. They are very, very weak to hex wands, so that's why I did that. And then I'm gonna actually, this is a little trick I learned from Malcolm Rose. I'm gonna paralyze it here if I can. I'm hitting all kinds of wrong buttons. Yeah, and now while I attack it, nothing else can run into this room. That's more useful if you're trying to like run from things, but it's fine. So we found a pack of whites. I don't love whites, they drain you. Not a big deal on D10 though. Usually they're a big deal when you find them on like D2. Okay, so we have 2 Death Yaks here, and just because I'm playing like trash. And life's really bad. Okay, so what do we do? That shouldn't have been a problem, and because I was going too fast and not paying any attention, it became a problem very quickly. We could die here. What do we have? We could haste. We could invis. Don't love any of those. We could hit it with Kurare. What's the right play? We don't have blinking, but we do have our castable blink. Now we could die due to random energy here, which obviously not ideal. Alright, so let's see. What if I walk like there? There? There. I'm just trying to find spots. Like if I blink here, it's just going to put me like down there, which is not going to help, or back here even. What if I just blink from where I am? 50-50 shot that helps. Let's do it. Didn't help. Although it did buy us a couple of turns. I don't think we can paralyze it. Yeah, we can't. I'm going to go ahead and dig up here. Okay, so we are definitely in danger. However, the chances of this group of orcs hitting us for 14 damage along our run to the stairs is pretty minimal. And we've done it. Okay, so that was 100% me playing like an idiot and walking into a pack of Death Yaks because I wasn't paying attention like an idiot. But we were able to make it out without using any consumables, so that worked. So, as you can kind of tell from this footage, I do a lot of dumb things. That's kind of why I make these videos. I analyze them a lot. Like a lot of times, what I'll do is after playing through like a playthrough, or even just like one video, I'll watch it while I'm doing something else, like playing another game or something like that, and I'll kind of analyze where I could have done better. So that's really my goal here, is to try to get better. So that's something that I'm going to watch again. And I think it was pretty well as simple as me just playing stupid, but I'm going to check it out and see kind of what I could have done differently so I didn't have to be so nervous there. Because that, we definitely could have just died. I really don't... Oh, there's a hallway up here. Okay, I was going to say I don't want to deal with them at the same time. However, with heroism, we should be able to just pretty well wreck them. Sweet. And a killer bee. Oh, a couple of them. That's okay. We'll paralyze one just so we minimize the incoming damage. And we're good. We have several needles. And we also have several sling bullets. So I'm going to go ahead and drop our stones. I don't foresee those seeing any use at this point. I guess I don't really need to use thrown items against a hound. Oh, a cloak. Okay, that was definitely something we should pick up. Get some free AC. Sweet. We're near starving, so I'll just go ahead and eat. That's D10 complete. So next is going to be Lair. On a lot of characters, I will go into D11 and sometimes even D12 before I go to Lair. On this character, I'm actually not all too afraid of Lair. Because we don't have Clause 3, we can deal with Hydras. We also, some of the biggest, at least for me, like the scariest enemies in there are Horny Toads and Black Mambas. And they can't really do anything to this character because we're immune to poison. So Lair, I think, is a little bit safer than D11. I don't know. I'll think about it. I might step my toes into D11, but feeling pretty good about Lair with this character. So let me see just before I go. 69% on Lightning Spire. Feeling pretty good. So we'll take summonings, let's say up to like 7, and then it's going to get a little bit more expensive to train, so we'll just train air magic at that point instead. So that being said, have a good one.